Alright, just wanted to get some things started. I was trying to get a couple of things. Sometimes whenever I start a stream, I always end up messing something up, so I was trying to fix that, so that explains why I wasn't saying anything for a minute. But good thing I have that overlay for you guys. But we sure switched over. So guys, welcome to this brand new live stream. We are going to be continuing our Taiwan playthrough. We're going to be playing for at least an hour today. What am I doing? Normal latency. So yeah, it's gonna. I guess the quality is gonna be pretty good, but the latency is going to be a little late, so I apologize. Go ahead and check to see what my stream is doing. Yeah, I guess quality is pretty solid. So we'll be watching that for a little bit. Anyway, today essentially what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be working to lower this 4.35% deficit and focus on energy production and essentially move away from China. Hopefully the Chinese do not attack us. Usually there is a pretty, I guess, solid chance that there may be an attack from the Chinese mainland, but we will make sure to plan accordingly for that scenario. We are building up our career soldiers. We have 35,000 requested. We have 34,752 as of right now. We also have a 24-month national service, which we now have 113,000 conscripts in our military. We also have 1.6 million active duty reservists. So we will continue to pay attention to our military. It's going to be pretty much a preparation for anything from China. I believe also we have discovered third generation nuclear power. How much will that cost? It'll cost us $3.09 billion. Mic adjusted. $2.09 billion annually. And what are we at right now? We are now spending $111 billion every year. What we will do is that just in case we do jumpstart this, we will nationalize the nuclear energy sector. I think we're going to add this into a reform. Call this the Energy National Energy Plan. Then we will look at nuclear electricity. How much will this cost us to nationalize 3 billion? 10 billion. Yeah, we were not going to be able to afford that as of right now. Solar power, we will actually nationalize fully. Let's look. Yep, we will be able to nationalize that. We'll send these through the legislative law. And solar power seems to be inactive, but we will go ahead and nationalize that as well. Party, Social Democratic Union, with 61 seats in Yuan, seems to be pretty much for nationalizing it. So we are now nationalizing the nuclear sector, solar sector, and wind sector. Biomass. We could also nationalize one of the smaller sectors. How much is that? That is taking up about 1% of our energy production. could actually move to increase the amount of biomass. Once we actually lower this deficit and maybe start running a surplus, then we will think about a major investment into our energy. Chat's pretty inactive on this. Come on, guys. What's going on? How are we doing today? Mexico, Canada. Canada seems to be pretty on us. Let me look at my task manager. We're running a little slow here. Currently, I'm using up like 28% of my 1650 graphics card. We also want to move to increase relations with Japan. So let's go over to diplomacy, see what kind of options that we have. Foreign exchange students with Japan. Let's suggest. We refused it. Said that our education level is 2 nil. So we need to stream 1 PoliticsGaming. That makes sense. 7 people watching. Let's go. Got Malaysia that we actually have pretty good relations with. We also do have pretty good relations with the United Kingdom. Could we initiate a free trade agreement with the United Kingdom? Also start improving our education system. Yeah, I guess we can see why Japan doesn't really want to mess with us yet. Is it possible to annex mainland China as Taiwan? It's possible to annex any country. It's just that militarily it would be pretty difficult. I mean, you're talking about, let's compare our militaries. 148,000 total troops with Taiwan, and 2 million troops with China. And we have 0 nuclear weapons, and China has 193 nuclear weapons. China also has a much larger economy. They also have, let's look. I guess maybe a better economy right now, except their deficit is 10%. As of right now. Alright, let's go ahead and increase our military manpower. We're going to do that incrementally every now and then, just to make sure that we are on top of our military game. I want to get up to at least 100,000 active duty troops. Can I accept your proposal? And we're in discussions for this free trade agreement between the United Kingdom and Taiwan. Relations are poor, to say the least. It is inadvisable to consider any commercial agreements at this time. Contract rejected. That is unfortunate. United Kingdom will regret that. What else do we got? We could sign a free trade agreement with Myanmar. What I could actually do, I could make the Milk Tea Alliance. What if we wanted to make the Milk Tea Alliance? It's like economic markets, monetary unions. Economic markets are going to be extremely important now. I actually never really understood economic markets. It was literally the only way that we would be able to make a free trade agreement, per se, in this game. But now economic markets are essentially a free trade agreement, except it's with multiple countries at the same time. So let's go ahead and, for example, we'll call this the Milk Tea Alliance. This will be the MTA. For short name. Or we could call it Milk. And let's do the organization headquarters in Taipei. Secretary General will have a 2-year term, and then we'll max out its budget of $2 billion. And in real life, the Milk Tea Alliance is between it's going to be between Hong Kong, Thailand, Taiwan, and Myanmar. So let's say regional area, and we will take out China, Japan, Mongolia, North Korea. We'll leave South Korea in there. We actually could have done Japan. Let's do Thailand. Let's do Japan. Thailand. Burma. Or Myanmar. It's not Burma anymore. Yeah. Me. Myanmar, and Myanmar. There you are. So we have Japan, Myanmar, South Korea, Thailand. I guess we could invite India. Let's go ahead and do the United States and India. We're going to wait on that, but that would essentially be our free trade organization for Southeast Asia. Maybe there could be like some sort of Southeast Asian trading union that could involve the United States. The United States essentially like any type of free trade agreement that involves the United States is a good deal. What we really want to do, again, I really want to shoot to increase relations with Japan. Just adjusting my mic here. You shouldn't be able to hear anything, I don't think. Your culture, $103 million. Better economic cooperation. The year 2022 will be dedicated to Japan. It'll cost Taiwan $103 million. That will increase relations between us and Japan. So we got a achievement for that, actually. Let's go ahead and see what this achievement is. This is counterculture. Launch a year of culture dedicated to an enemy country. An enemy country. I guess it's because they are light red relations. Let's see how that changes relations between us and Japan, and that does wonders for cooperation between Taiwan and Japan. Let's look at economic cooperation, and we are looking pretty good in terms of economic cooperation. What do our relations do? So strategic agreements go to 10 positive, and economic relationships are now negative 10. I bet that was a little bit lower. Reform in Parliament, National Energy Plan.
The vote was held and
been passed. Your Japanese culture, only happiness. On behalf of our citizens, we would like to extend our warm thanks for organizing a year of culture dedicated to our nation. My government appreciates the honor that you have given us, and this will be etched in the history of our two countries forever. As per planning events, you will find that our cultural heritage is quite rich, so you have plenty to choose from. What is this music? This is called Coffee House Cafe. Essentially it's just smooth jazz. I had a suggestion from it from someone, and I just use it instead of Power and Revolution's music, as I don't want to deal with the copyrights behind the game, and I guess it sounds pretty okay and relevant to the game. Pretty nice to listen to. So yes, finally are now improving economic cooperation and diplomatic ties between the Republic of China and Japan. So that will be great. Let's go ahead and suggest student exchanges again. See if we can do that. Apparently have taken a loan of $6.5 billion. We'll go ahead and check to see what that does. Japan has refused our economic cooperation again, or our student exchange program, so we'll have to improve our education system before they do that. We are also probably, I guess, maxed out on economic growth right now. We are nearing about 8.7% growth right now. We don't want to grow too fast. As one of the biggest things that a lot of people know about this game, and a lot of noobs do not understand, is that if you grow too fast, you will suffer the consequences of growing too fast. You can't cook steak too fast, or else it won't taste as perfect as it should. So essentially, treat the economy of any country that you play with the same way. Don't make an economic contract that is going to make your economy blow up in terms of GDP. Essentially, every time that you make an economic contract, it always messes with your GDP. It's essentially, so if it's like, you know, I would just say watch my economic tutorial. We basically explain it thoroughly in the economic tutorial. Go ahead and watch that if you have not. Let's go ahead and check our stock exchange. The Taipei, or that's Dow Jones. Our stock exchange is doing about 15,000 points. Or apparently we have a chemical industry. I did not know that. So let's see what we can do in terms of trading this surplus. Currently it makes up about 15% of our economy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and pass a couple of taxes that will lower our growth, and then we can go ahead and get that growth back by making a contract. We will introduce a tax reform. We have 81% approval that we can play with, so we will go ahead and start a tax reform. 68. Let's go ahead and shoot for 2% in company turnover. That will net us $479 billion. That would be amazing if we were able to get that. Unfortunately, we will not be able to do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to industrial pollution tax. Yeah, we definitely need to start inching this up. This will actually do wonders for our economy and produce money. However, it will contribute to lost jobs. There will be a lot of people that will be losing their jobs in connection with this policy. So we need to make sure that we are hiring effectively in the sectors that are under our control. We made any new military deals with the United States. We have not yet. We are focusing on our economy. We're trying to lower growth and also make an economic contract with the United States. We're going to be inviting the United States to our country very soon. Let's go ahead and do 0.3. We're going to add this to a reform. This will be, let's call this the National Revenue Act of 2020. That'll actually do pretty good in terms of the revenue. I guess we're going to increase the company tax to 23%. Steering the ship True Captain. Yep, Crab Rangoon, by the way. He doesn't have a channel that he posts content to, but this man is the god of power and revolution of Geopolitical Simulator. Big shout out to Crab Rangoon for the help that he has been giving me, and he will be contributing heavily to the Brazil series that is upcoming. So, again, big shout out to Crab Rangoon for the contributions that he's made to the Power and Revolution community, and essentially for being a god a power and revolution. If you need any help with power and revolution, go to Crab Lagoon. I'll make sure to do that anytime I need help with power and revolution. Alright, so company tax is going to be going up to 23%. But that's the National Revenue Act of 2021. Deficit is going down. So what are we looking at? 70%. And company turnover, we're just 79. No, we're gonna hold off on that for right now. Real estate tax, doing a lower growth. Yeah, so we're gonna shoot to get this to 20% is gonna be a very hard ask. 19% to start. That could work. Let's do a TV address in connection with that. We'll add that. That'll net us about $500 million. Probably net. Will gross us about $500 million, but it won't net us $500 million. Be doing anything with mainland China, or will you just leave them alone? I think we're going to leave them alone unless they attack us. I think that's essentially the plan. Anytime on playthrough, you're not going to be, unless you're using cheats, and yeah, essentially, if you're using cheats, yeah, you'll be able to face up against China. But at least whenever you're playing without cheats, you will not be able to face up against them unless they attack. And if they do attack, we will strategically do it. We will call in our allies. Hopefully the United States can help us out. We've already made an alliance with the United States, and we will also move to create stronger military relations between Japan and Taiwan. Essentially, we're going to be hunting for allies. We have 3 bills. Is going to be the VAT tax, company tax, and the industrial pollution tax. Carbon tax, I wonder how much that'll get us. Financial transactions. Yeah, that could work. It's just gonna really hard to get up. Eh. Let's do 0.2%. $6 billion. Let's do 0.25%. $8 billion. That'll be a lot of money. $8 billion. Yeah, that'll be... I guess we're getting at least about $10 billion worth of revenue, maybe in between like $8 and $10 billion once you add in the amounts of taxes that won't be being paid because people are using tax loopholes. I think the way to close that up is whenever you increase the severity of tax collection.
In the difficult situation our country finds itself, I made the decision to increase the value-added tax, which is a tax paid by all, yielding immediate returns. This measure is necessary if we want to continue to give the state the means to implement a proactive policy, which alone will enable us to move forward.
Yep. Basically sounds exactly like what I want to do. Apparently Armenia always wants to meet with people in July. I don't know why. I guess Armenia is just like, hey, support me against my war with Azerbaijan. Now we get the protests. idea. Secret Service, agent training, $79 million. I guess it's not that bad. We're gonna reform this. Vietnam, we're not gonna worry about. Turkey, we're not gonna worry about. Switzerland, we're not gonna worry about. Italy, we're not gonna worry about. Israel, we're gonna stay. Cuba, we're not gonna worry about. China, we're definitely gonna be worrying about. Australia, we're not gonna worry about. Iran, we're not gonna worry about. Poland, we're not gonna worry about. And Saudi Arabia, we're not gonna worry about. In Egypt, we're not going to worry about. Greece, we're not going to worry about. Pakistan, we're not going to worry about. I guess we're not going to worry about the Middle East. It's just not something we're going to worry about. Russia, we are going to worry about. We're also going to be opening a bunch of places. Oh yeah, so let's go to Secret Service, Cybersecurity, Citizens' awareness of cybersecurity, and then we're going to launch our own plan. We're going to invest about $1 billion into cyber protection. We definitely need to worry about cyber protection. So we're going to be running campaigns efficiently every now and then.
Demonstrators are marching in several cities all over the country as we speak. They intend to express their strong opposition to the government's policies, as some of their banners, slogans, and leaflets testify. The march has been peaceful so far, but incidents can always occur at the end of a demonstration. So I asked my men to stay alert.
Sounds exactly like what happened whenever I went to a protest. Is my music too loud, by the way? Let me just turn up my volume on my microphone. I think that should be a little better. Always turn up the gain on my microphone. Aren't China and Taiwan racing to get smaller Pacific islands as allies in real life? No, they're building islands. They're not trying to get islands, they're building islands. Also, I like how the Philippines has control over the Spratlys right here. I guess, yeah, that's interesting. Microphone is good. I think it got louder. Maybe that's okay.
Our best coders are...
Okay, I keep forgetting what I'm trying to do. Chinese Mafia. Interior. Let's go and association. We're gonna look for pacifist union. We're also going to increase the amount of agents on our national territory. 9% growth, that's going to go down. Once that goes down to a satisfactory level, we're going to get a meeting with the United States. And we're going to negotiate a chemical industry contract.
The target is
in position and under surveillance 24/7. Now let's do default secret files. So currently monitoring socialist, blind hatred toward the head of state, honest and loyal character, influential figure of great repute, not very influenceable personality, relatively simple and not that alert. Who else can we surveil? We're gonna do sects. Yeah, I bet he is very much protected. Protection level is 80. Attracted to head of state 37. Ready to start an extramarital relationship 77. Always loved that. What do we got? Associations. Yeah, I guess that's going to be the only target that we're going to be surveilling for right now. Commandos, missiles. We're actually going to build up our missiles. Hopefully that doesn't get protests. Come on. I just want missiles. Yeah, you see that we started at about 27,000 in the beginning of the year, and then now we are at nearly 50,000 active duty troops.
Just a week to
go. PG playing the elevator music. Yep. This is the hotel lobby type of music. Damn, he's just roasting my music right now. Whoa. Suspicion. Growth stimulation is incompatible with the increase in contributions companies have to pay. The atmosphere is currently gloomy. Investors are concerned, and many of my peers are beginning to have doubts about the legitimacy of your policy. Yeah, whatever. Swing to the right and can agree with the party secretary general. I must remind you that the goal of a political organization like ours should be to alleviate as much as possible the contributions paid by businesses. That is, of course, if there is any real intention on agreeing with the ideals of the party. Increase company contributions. You know as well as I that the increase in contributions is barrier to our business's competitiveness. It's temporary, by the way. For the sake of our economy, it would be rather better to revise our work. We will decrease them over time, but this is a temporary increase because of what we are dealing with, and we want to make sure that we are able to pay our debts. We need to continue to increase the amount of yeah. It's also just in case inflation starts to get a little rowdy. Exchange rate in dollars is going up. Donna Front. What is going on? Saw you in the last live stream. Good to see you here. Electric versus gasoline. I encourage you to encourage the development of electric cars. I would suggest Madam President aggressively raising the tax on petroleum products. Just like tobacco, this will undoubtedly yield results in the long term, while all while it's filling the state's coffers. Who uses coffers anymore? Never heard that before. Alright, we got a green smiley on public finances, and we are doing 3.3% exactly with our budget deficit. Let's go ahead and see what we are making right now. We are making $88.64 billion in state revenues, and we are spending $114 billion in expenditures. We need to continue to raise more money. We need to increase our industrial pollution tax. It will cut jobs, but I think we're going to nationalize a couple more economic sectors, just short of what the WTO will allow, I guess. Base, do you need tax gas? Of course. Our electricity production needs to be nothing, not dependent on fossil electricity for that to happen. $3 billion. Yeah. We'll buy this. Third generation. We're not going to need electricity for a while after building this. Yeah. Electricity surplus. Okay, so that's starting to get close. Onshore wind. I'm gonna invest about $1 billion, less than 4 months. And in less than 3 months. When are these getting complete? Got about maybe more than 100 days before those are completed. Implementation of worldwide tax on multinationals. Yeah, we get all that. History has been made with the first worldwide tax going into effect today. Let's not forget that this tax was initiated by the United States of America and was approved by the G7 and passed by the G20 under leadership of the OECD. This tax will now be imposed on worldwide multinational businesses who will have to pay taxes on their companies in almost 140 countries according to the sales they make there. I believe Taiwan will be one of those countries. What's Parliament looking like for your party? Let's go ahead and look at Parliament. That's Social Democratic Union. Yeah, she is a part of the Social Democratic Union. This is part of the Progressive Party of Taiwan. Essentially, this party in Taiwan, if you're wondering what their stance on independence is with Taiwan, essentially they view that they don't need to declare independence, that they are already independent and act as if they are independent, even though the Chinese obviously don't support that. The good thing about Taiwan is that they are not a parliamentary type of country. Essentially, we operate independently of the parliament. We are actually an executive country. We are not a parliamentary country. Dissolve your parliament since you're so popular and win majority. I already have a majority, about 54%. But I mean, dissolving the parliament, it's not that bad of an idea. Should I dissolve? I'll do this on a poll. Should Taiwan hold a snap election for legislative yuan? Yes? No? Let's ask. I like holding polls like this. Apparently Vladimir Putin sees what I did with that, with the title. Of course. What am I gonna say? Chinese Taipei playthrough? What are we at right now? 4 votes, and everyone says that I should be holding a snap election with the legislative yuan. Apparently we have an oil terminal that exports 149 million tons worth of cargo every year. Do we have our own ports? Maybe that's something we should build. Someone said no. We have 6 votes. 67% say yes, and 33% say no. We're gonna call this at 10 votes. For those who are watching right now, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything when I post it on this channel. Before we hold this snap election, I want to go ahead and check. So we're at 7% growth. Go ahead and go to industrial pollution. Try to get more money. Do you often live stream at 10 p.m. Eastern? Not often. Not often. Just, did a couple of chores today. Cleaned my room. I was like, I could go for another stream. At 7 votes. Can we get up to 10 votes on this snap election? Apparently everyone wants me to hold a snap election that is winning by an overwhelming margin right now, but that could change. So, can we get to 10 votes? Need 3 more people to vote. Greta Thunberg says that it is Earth Overshoot Day. Soon we'll be back to the Stone Age. Yeah, whatever. Oh, look at that. China recognizes her economy. Apparently the Americans say that I should do better. We are going to incur another $5 billion loan in the next quarter. Apparently we owe the United States more money. How much do we owe the Chinese? We only owe the Chinese $13 billion. So that is good. This is exactly what Trudeau's doing, and he could potentially lose. By the way, I am from Canada. Yeah, exactly. So, should I hold a snap election am I going to Trudeau myself? Am I going to Trudeau myself? It is a gamble to hold a snap election. It is always a gamble to hold a snap election. Is Canada in a minority government right now? So it's majority government 1. So yeah, wait. Yeah, so they are in a minority government. Huh. Oh yeah, they lost 20 seats in the previous election. They lost 20 seats back in 2019, and I'm really feeling like they're gonna have to go with the coalition government in this one, because this is just not good. This does not look good with what is going on. What are your thoughts on the German federal election where it looks like the SPD will take over the chancellorship? I don't know. Should I play the 2018 or get the 2021 for someone like me as a beginner? Get the 2021 edition. 2021 edition is superior in many different ways. Poll is over. Yes, cannot lose. Yeah, true. All right, let's go ahead and end that poll. And while we see that poll finalize, I'm going to go and grab a drink real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and start this off. Let's go over to Parliament, and I'm going to save this. BG, do you own a gun? I used to. Not personally. I do not own a gun personally, but I know. Before I moved in 2020, I did, have access to a gun, but never used it, mainly because I live in a city. There's nothing, never really went to the range a lot. Only gone to the range a couple of times in my life. Need to go more. 10th Army, 6th Army, 8th Army Corps. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's go over to Parliament. And dissolved. Parliament is an assembly that is elected by the people who represent it. It is not only consultative, but exercises the legislative power and sometimes check on government power, going as far as censor of the latter. Dissolution of Parliament brings about new legislative elections to elect new parliamentarians. Do you confirm this action? Yes, I do. So, Parliament has been dissolved. We have gotten an achievement for it called dissolution, and the objective was to dissolve Parliament. Samuel has joined chat. Samuel in chat. Hey everyone. Hey PG. What's going on, Samuel? We just dissolved Parliament. We're now in new legislative elections to increase our majority in the legislative yuan.
My fellow citizens, parliamentary debates are paralyzing government action and our institutions, and this is simply not acceptable in these difficult times facing our nation. Therefore, I have decided to dissolve the parliament, and I have called for new elections so that we can implement a can-do political framework that will lead us to prosperity.
Alright, it's a good speech by Saying Wen. Let's go over to the next day. When are our elections? Parliament's 9/5. So they are next month. They are in 1 month. So Parliament says Assembly was dissolved. So that is actually pretty cool. I've never seen that before. I don't dissolve Parliament that often unless I necessarily have to. But I guess it was a good idea if we win to dissolve Parliament, mainly because, and we have 100% popularity. You should do military research with the United States. We should. Once we win these elections, we will sign a couple more treaties with the United States. Let's go over to key figures. Businessman. Left-wing billionaire. Invite him. Unions. National wage earner. Agriculture. National chemical industry. How many is that? 77,000. National air carrier. 22,000. 261. 606. Workers Federation. 1.8 million. Let's do that. Institution, Speaker of the House, Health Director. Let's do that. All right, we got a full calendar for meetings.
Sure. I'd be... You're... Yes. Yes. Sure. You're too...
Oh, come on. Legislative elections started the election campaign. The election has just begun, Madam President. These elections will determine the National Assembly's new political color, which, as the legislative chamber, will have the power to oppose your policy. Let's hope that the votes are favorable to us in 26 days and that the Social Democratic Union will have the majority of seats. That essentially we had 54% of the legislative yuan, So what we are shooting for is at least 55 to 60% of the legislative yuan in this next coming election.
Sure. I'd be happy. Thanks. It's very...
Oh, look at that. The United States just got hit by a hurricane. It's actually...
Okay.
Kylie, recommend
Don't
people vote for me. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hurricanes work. I kept on yelling at them.
Sure. I'd... Thanks. That's...
Don't panic.
Okay.
Thank you. And look at that. It's moving away.
Sure. I'd be...
I don't know. What?
On netbook.
Whatever.
Sure. I'd... Thanks. That's... Yeah. Yes.
Yuhan.
Our
44%. Oh. See. Where's that? Elections. 43-34. Oh, we are definitely going to be losing seats in this. See, this is why it's a very bad idea to do that. What about a coalition? The DRL. That is rights. DRL. There you are. A coalition of political parties and students setting goals to increase the chances of winning in presidential election with one candidate from multiple parties to gain a majority in the national parliament, be able to lead the country with legislative body in line with government. The makeup of coalition is complex. Parties cannot be too far apart politically. They must agree on a common political program and on an allocation of military posts in the available forms. Notes that a coalition disbands after losing the election. We're doing socialist and right, so yeah, that's uncompatible. $1.36 million has been awarded to us. And again, we may lose the majority in the legislative yuan, as some people wanted to see an election. About to get Justin Trudeau'd, and it's all y'all's fault. It's not my fault. I didn't want to do this. Need to campaign and trash to right-wingers. True. Let's go over here. My party. What the hell's going on over here? Cyber protection. Current budget. Let's do some money for that and go over to political parties. Criticize. So we're going to be criticizing the right political party. September 5th is going to be our legislative election. People just wanted to spice it up. Just ban them. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can sign a free trade agreement with Japan. Yoon Lee's party out of the leading trio with 6% of the vote. What are we doing? Okay, 47%, that's better. So yeah, we're actually going to be doing some criticizing before the campaign ends. So what does this do? Publicly criticize. Political parties differ from unions, pressure groups, and other movements by their vocation to hold power and implement their political projects. Political game of alliances and misalliances is directly related to the objective to exercise power. Let's actually initiate some policies real quick. Do 7 psychiatric. Contract rejected. It's because of our poor relations. Come on, Japan. Come on, Japan. You know you want something. We're gonna be watching that hurricane. The Northern Marianas Islands are about to get hit. But I'm so glad that hurricanes are now back in the game. Parties, public criticize. Public criticize. And public congratulate. That was the independence. So let's go over here. Criticize. Center independent. We're just days away from the election as of right now. Record low loan that we're about to take. When's the election? 9/5/21. It's gonna be on a Sunday. is it election day? Let's go to the next day. Watch the election results. Oh my god, what's wrong with them? 61% turnout.
Good evening. The majority of votes have been counted.
Trying to be
and we can now give
beard or
you
something.
the first round results. Take a look.
Oh my god, they have a
this.
2-round system. Come on. Come on. You stop. You stop at 25. 32. 45. Definitely a loss of seats. But that was the first round. What is the second round? Definitely need to be doing a reform. Unless we do good on this one, then we can keep the.
Good evening. The time has come. The pre-
They got 0. Huh? This will actually be pretty good. Stop at 30. There you go. 51%. 52%. Awesome. So that'll be... Oh, we actually did good with about everyone. $60 seats out of the 113. How much were we at earlier? I'm looking. 61 seats. We lost 1 seat. We lost 1 seat in the Legislative Yuan. So, I don't know. It looks exactly the same. What were the... Hang on. If the DRL lost some seats... I'm checking some of the earlier footage. 38 seats. They had 38 seats earlier. 39 seats. So... they gained a seat. But the next elections are now going to be in 2025. So that's, I guess, okay. It's just kind of a waste of time. Make a coalition with the other leftist groups. We'll try. So who do we have? We have the United Center-Left group. It's literally the only one that we have. United Center-Left group. Center-Left. Let's suggest the coalition with them. .57% in that second round. Guatemala. Possible dialogue. Common program. Let's do higher minimum wage. Coalition promise. Yeah. Higher minimum wage. %2 company turnover. And I guess more researchers. And then ministerial post will promise education to UCLG. Let's go ahead and request coalition approval for that. One ministerial post sounds fine with the amount of seats that they're even giving us. And that was approved. Coalition agreement has been reached. Madam President, your proposal is acceptable. We are ready for the coalitions for the coalition creation of this coalition. This is good news for the future of our country. I think you're playing as the wrong China, given what you're doing in Taiwan. Or maybe not. I don't know. The politics are so. What? Okay, so. I think they're gonna give me a message and say, like, we have 3 months to do what we want, or else we will drop the coalition. So let's get rid of all of these. Yep. The coalition reached. Oh, yeah. Let's go over a couple of days. The real China is Taiwan. Yes. Someone said, what is the difference between the new option to create free trade agreements with the and the option in PNR 2020 to create a free trade organization? Any at all? Essentially, free trade agreements are now just, instead of making like a, negotiating a trade contract, essentially now the way it works is that you have free trade agreement, and let me go to free trade agreement. So our free trade agreement with the United States. So we have, first one is called a reciprocal commercial contract. It is limited to the portion of partners' dominant sectors. So it would only be, like, for me, it would be like computer hardware, it would be chemical industry, it would be whatever. If you go over to the finance tab, going over here and going up the top over here, whatever. So if I close this, all of these, essentially it'll be concentrating on these for reciprocal. But then if I go over to United States, we go to Global Economic Treaty, which is what I have with the United States as of right now. Affected sectors is anything with a quota on certain products considered strategic by the partner, and then tariffs are greatly reduced by 80% on average. So essentially, all countries' tariff products now, you do not have a free trade agreement. Essentially, free trade agreements are to lower those trade barriers with the other countries. Regulations in a global economic is compliance of security and health regulations imposed by the partner for incoming products. We also have access to each other's public markets, and then the United States and Taiwan recognize the country of origin label by their respective partners. Then we have the Economic and Political Agreement Pact. It's essentially similar to what the European Union and the United Kingdom signed together. It was more of like a political agreement, and essentially it's everything that we get with the Global Economic Treaty, except it also includes ecology, which is compliance with sector's environmental impact standards of production regarding global warming, which is so long as they have low CO2 emissions. So I guess like things like oil, natural gas, anything that pollutes is not going to be a part of this free trade agreement. Observance of human rights and working conditions is included in the Economic and Political Agreement. And then we also have intellectual property protection, which is copyrights, brands, and patents are respected between the member countries. Fiscal harmonization is essentially they essentially have to have similar company taxes. That way, so like if we were in a part of the Global Economic Treaty, I can have a company tax of like 15%. Fiscal harmonization is essentially supposed to stop that from happening, where if, the United States has 25% company tax and Taiwan has a 15% company tax, and then companies, a part of this free trade agreement can move their companies to the other country to escape the higher tax rate. Fiscal harmonization is supposed to stop that from happening, where companies between these countries don't have to flee to one country or the other to escape taxes and essentially use it as a tax loophole. And then fight against social dumping, essentially that is where that's essentially what I explained, except it's about social aspects. We can try to do this with the United States, but I highly doubt that it's going to be accepted. I hate China, but they won the war fair and square, therefore they are China and Taiwan are the losing force. It's a lot more complicated. What are these new options? I just explained it. You're gonna have to rewind it. I just explained it. Oh, ministerial posts, sorry. Common program. And 3 months. Okay, cool. So, cabinet. And I believe I promised... What did I promise you? Formation. Did they drop the coalition?
Everything.
Schism. Really? They just dropped the coalition. Yeah, whatever. We don't even need you. Secret nuclear program in Japan. Very moment the parliament is debating the head of state's deposition, whose legal and political future depends on this decision. What is going on in Japan? Apparently, Toshiro Sugiura is about to be deposed. CO2 emissions are too high, and production of renewable energy is too small. What's our energy production looking like right now? About 100 days from that, and very, very long way away from any new energy production being achieved. They import electricity from Japan. Samuel, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'll see you in the next stream. Alright, there we go. Ooh, $15 billion. It's going to be a lot of money. Here it is, electricity. China and the Philippines. Surplus 12. Let's buy from the Philippines. 140. So we're gonna do 156. We just need this for a year. $156, $166, $1.99 billion, just under $2 billion. So we'll try to negotiate that too. Agreement negotiation. Yeah, this is fine. Well, yeah, no. Okay, let's go for 170. And we'll negotiate that. All right, contract accepted, and we now have 12 terawatts of power now coming in. That'll help us out for the time being. That way we don't have to depend off Chinese power. It'll also increase economic cooperation between the Philippines and Taiwan. Ooh, Malaysia. Yeah, let's go ahead and invite them for our meeting.
The bill has been...
Okay, let's see what that does to our economic growth. Go ahead and nationalize the pharmaceutical industry. What's the agriculture sector doing? 24, 29 billion. Doing better in profits. Productivity index is going up. Taxes are going up. Employment is pretty much going up. Yeah, 579,000 to nearly 600,000 now. Let's do more funding to food safety. Is marijuana legal here? It is not. Huh. Look at that. We weren't even producing cereals. 20 billion, about $4 billion more production as of right now. GDP activity in the country, active population is going up. Exportations are going up. Imports are going up, though, unfortunately, and our trade balance is starting to increase. Matt Gagnon, what's going on? Welcome back to the live stream. Undernourished population is now minimal, which is awesome. We have no imports as of right now. Reinforcing cybersecurity for national infrastructure. Our information system and networks have been secured. They are now running under protection of a firewall. Your protection level is silver, like in the Olympic Games. Shinier to metal, do more, you're protected. China should go bankrupt, I agree. Need to get a lock on our energy production. Make sure that we're not going to fall behind. Hopefully this helps us out until we complete these energy projects. We're about 70 days away. I think we're going to try to complete some of these energy projects. That way, whenever next time we get into this game, we don't have to worry about it. Look, deficit is going down. Ecological response. Yeah. Not yet. Not yet. What is our unemployment rates? Work, 4.16%. Public servants. Population living below the poverty line. We have meeting in Malaysia. You want to sell wood to us? $390 million. What are we doing? So they have wood. They want to sell it to us. We don't have that much production of wood, but they are not selling us a good amount. $2.7 million. We're gonna have to go to like Brazil or something like that. But they are pretty cheap. They are pretty cheap. I guess we'll negotiate with them. Do 98 million. 98 million, 108 million, 120 million. It's about 20 million less. Let's do 114. And let's do 2 years. That has been accepted, so that'll expire in 2023.
No.
Offer a copy, champagne.
Our country is...
And let's do a non-aggression pact. What are you doing, Hurricane? Where are you going? Apparently everyone didn't like that, but let's go ahead and invite President Biden over for a meeting. to be unheard of in this day and age. Are we having a meeting?
No.
We're going to sign a contract with the United States.
I hope you didn't.
I hope you didn't make me come here to listen to your bullshit. Chemicals. Huh. Apparently, with the United States, we're not going to be able to sign a good contract with them. That's interesting. That's pretty... Especially Taiwan. Automobiles, building, housing, and roadways, cereals, no, chemicals. Let's try. I know we're gonna be able to do pretty good. 48. 48, 45. 43, 4,000. I guess that's an okay median. No. 42. Let's do $50 billion. Let's call this the San Francisco Agreement. 12 million tons of chemicals will be shipped over to the United States. And let's negotiate that. That has been accepted by the United States. 5 years. Proposed scientific cooperation. And let's shoot for nuclear fusion. Let's do $5 billion each. Yeah, let's actually try $8 billion each. Sufficiently equipped. What's going on? Arabic name that I cannot say. I believe that is Arabic. PG, did you hear about armed China? I did not. I did hear about the PLA flying planes over near Taiwan. This, let's do 1.5 billion. Nah, we'll sign a scientific pact with Japan, probably. Operation. Let's try medicine. AIDS vaccine, stem cells. Let's do 2 billion each. Whatever. Let's invite Japan over for a meeting. I guess Japan never got hit by going to listen to dictatorships. Yeah, whatever. I guess Japan never got deposed. Apparently a massive typhoon just hit India. Growth, so we're gonna shoot to lower that.
Sure. I hope.
Military alliance, let's do non-aggression. Yeah, I guess that didn't work, of course. Fusion technology. Let's invest $5 billion each. Relations not good enough. Science cooperation. No, we're not going to do bacteriology. ICT. 10 gigabyte internet. Man missions. Spacesuits. DNA screening. Industry. Let's try. We need to find someone to do some weapons research too. Fiber optics. Carbon nanofiber. Let's try it. $4 billion each. Susan Collins, welcome to the live stream. I'm a judge insufficient. Ugh. I moved to Texas. We're at in Texas.
The bill has...
Purchasing power improving a positive family outlook as witnessed by the explosion in new car purchases. What is that? $32,000. What was it before? In cars. Or address the public health problems linked to air pollution, especially in our major cities. We clearly should adopt the development of an electric car. This will allow us to substantially lower the number of premature deaths among those who are vulnerable. Speaking of, let's go over to here. Construction by air filtration, and let's do 4,000. Air filtration, and let's do 500 at the source. I decided Fort Worth, and 12 people asked me if I was Republican. I live near Fort Worth. Maybe we can get some lunch sometime. I like to meet people from YouTube.
The bill has...
Bills have been voted on, and growth should start going down, and revenue should go up. Let's also make sure that unemployment isn't getting too out of control. Yeah, it seems pretty controlled to me. Not even one tweet, so we're gonna have protests very soon. Bad figures, 5%. Yeah, there we go. Growth now goes down. I'm thinking of moving there too soon. Man, just have everyone get together. Matt Gagnon living in Texas. It's a very good place. For those who are wanting to move, don't know where to move, I definitely do recommend Texas. See what debt is. Quarterly loan is probably going to be about $200 million. See what energy is doing right now. 37% or 37 terawatts. So it looks like that we completed that. What else did we complete? We're almost done. We should be almost done with our wind projects. Should give us another good amount of power. And that is about half a year from being completed. 4,000 meters, Yushan, highest point in Taiwan. 1.61 terawatts being produced from this wind farm right here. Legislation, clean energies, $92 million. Yeah, we can actually do that. Let's go ahead and add this to reform. Let's call this to the Renewable Action Act. $92 million. Not that much in terms of our economic activity. Let's do alternating traffic every other day. Oops. Traffic in city centers reserved for public transport, alternating traffic every other day. Just do that. Change it later on if we want to. Ooh, let's see what the public reaction would be to this. Yeah, that referendum probably wouldn't help that much either. Public is dead set against that. High-speed train. We already have pretty sufficient transportation right now. Main highways. Yeah, let's actually do this. Just in case the Chinese do invade. We're going to do test highway. $138 million. 29 miles. First major highway in the nation. Yep, it will. Major highway in Taipei. Let's connect Taipei to Taichung. And this is definitely to help out in terms of national defense. That way our troops can effectively move throughout the country. Here we go. The large construction project has begun. We are already drawing some conclusions. First of all, this will boost tourism a little, although our current transportation network allowing access to our tourist attractions is at capacity. Finally, the regions and cities served by this new freeway are excellent choices will contribute to the development of the region. We'll do an intense traffic airport soon. Taichung will connect to Chiai. And waste the public money, of course. But I don't care if it's waste of public money. We need to be able to move our troops effectively throughout the country, just in case of an invasion by the Red Menace. I guess since we're already there, go ahead and connect these two cities as well. This is Chiai and Tainan. Yep, and waste public money, but now we are directly connected between Kaohsiung and Taipei, all by one highway. And if we wanted to make one highway to connect southernmost city to Taipei. It takes 17 months, 6 months if we fully funded it, $5 billion, $22 billion over the next 5 years. But $5 billion annually, we can't afford that as of right now. But that could be a good idea. Yeah, 72 stock automatic radars throughout the entire country. That's cool. And I guess before we go, we're going to go ahead and increase this to 1%. No. What are we at? We need to find another way to get money. What tax rate? Wow, look at that. That would be interesting if Chris Sununu was the senator of New Hampshire. I'm going to go ahead and go to the end of the year, just since we're there. Then we're going to go ahead and call this live stream quits for tonight. It is 11:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Central Time. I guess we're going to go ahead and go to the completion of these wind parks.
Our infiltrated site.
The vote was...
Our environmental reform passes. Ah, there's our dock. We're about 5 days away. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Right on time. It's going to coincide with the end of the year that we complete these energy parks. Gonna have a good surplus of energy. And there we go. Let's go ahead and look. 5, 7, 1. So wind power now makes up 7.5% of our energy production. Hydraulic makes up 5%, nuclear electricity makes up 12%. This completes in about 200 days, 202 days exactly. This completes in about 100 days. And we're gonna have to build more of these. So what are we at right now? Energy surplus is 41. Onshore, offshore. Yeah, we're gonna have to initiate more of those in our next episode. But guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any live streams whenever I do go live. Go ahead and go subscribe to Matt Gagnon. I want to help him hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be really adamant about this until he hits 1,000 subscribers. He's going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you share his channel to your friends. Make sure that you subscribe to him in any way that you can. He again is doing a massive giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, so don't miss it. He also has an interview this Friday with I believe it's let me look. It's Steve Carra, just endorsed by former President Donald Trump for the 2022 midterms. He's going to be again interviewing Steve Carra on September 10th at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, or 8 a.m. Central Time, but 9 Eastern Time. So again, go subscribe to Matt Gagnon. He's about to hit 870 subscribers, but again, the goal is to 1,000 subscribers. So go subscribe to him and don't miss out on anything that he does. But again, guys, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Friday morning at 9 a.m. is whenever he has that interview. So again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I make it on this channel. I will continue this Taiwan playthrough soon, and I'll also continue to communicate when I do the Brazil series, and I'll also be closing up the United States series here in the next, I'll try to do week. So leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.